Hey Terrarians, how's it going? My name is Pixelated Fireball, and welcome back to Elements Awoken. Not another episode of Elements Awoken. I've corrected myself this time, because I did say that in the last episode, and I did not mean to. It just sort of slipped out, and as I was saying it, I was like, well, whoopsie. Felt weird saying it, but it was too late. It was already out there, floating around in the air like a big stink cloud, so, you just kind of had to deal with it, Just kind of dealt with it. So, your eyes do not deceive you. There are presents everywhere. There are bunnies wearing festive uniforms, and myself, of course. I am wearing the Santa Claus outfit because it is now that special time of year in Terraria again. It is the Christmas update, or whatever exactly it was that they called it. It's the Christmas one, with the Christmas trees, and the bunnies, and the presents, and the Frost Legion. And I gotta say, I think that this uniform, this little vanity set, looks pretty nice on me. I think I would make an excellent Santa Claus. Don't you think? You could call me Pixel Claus, or Santa Fireball. Instead of riding reindeer, I appear on flaming blue wings, and instead of giving you presents, I dispense celestial judgment upon you all. You've been naughty this year, so you better be nice, because if you're naughty, Pixel Claus will fire a lunar flare through your house. So remember that this holiday season. But anyway, with that said, in the last episode, we took down and we defeated the Moon Lord after a good couple of attempts. Took him down, got a whole bunch of stuff with him. The world changed, and as a result of that, I have been a very, 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 very busy bee. I have been all over. You guys said there was a whole bunch of new enemies and new crafting materials, and just, there were things everywhere. There was things at night, there were things in the dungeon, there were things in the sky, things underground. There's stuff everywhere that I had to farm and get the stuff from them and then craft an enormous amount of things. It wasn't too terribly difficult to get all this stuff because I have a new banner available to me now. There's a little taste of it. We're going to talk about all of that in a minute. There is a new banner available to me right now, the Calamity Banner, which is crafted out of 10 Calamity Potions, 30 Deathwish Flames, and 12 Luminite. This being one of the 100 different things that Luminite can do for me now. The Calamity Potions are just made the same way as the Chaos Potions were. You just need a Chaos Potion, some Luminite, and a Neutron Fragment. Neutron Fragments also, this is one of a million things that they can do. Make this stuff, throw it all down, and I gotta tell you, the Calamity Banner, the Chaos Banner, the Havoc Banner, the Water Candle, the Vulgar Bard Statue, and the Calamity, Chaos, Havoc, and Battle Potions all active at the same time. Things just get a little bit, calamitous, you might say. That made things a lot faster. Certainly sped up the farming process. I got myself an enormous amount of platinum, a lot of crafting materials, and I made all the stuff out of them, whatever it was that I could. It seems like every time I came back with another crafting material, I could make something new. So I thought I had all the magic weapons, and then I go back and I discovered, oh, there's a new one, and then I go out again, and then farm some more, and then I go back, oh, there's another new one. And that leaves me with this. 7 or 8 different choices here for upgrades for magic weapons, in addition to the magic weapons that the Moon Lord gave me, and there is an awful lot of stuff to talk about, so I guess we'll just go down the list. The first stuff that I want to talk about is the Stellarium Bar and the Mortimite Dust. The Stellarium Bar I get from the sky, those new enemies up there, and the Mortimite Dust I just get from the new enemies on the surface at night. So the Stellarium Bar is crafted out of 3 Stellarite as well as 1 Pyroplasm, which comes from these Inferno Spirits, which evidently come from the dungeon, and not the Underworld like I recently thought. It sort of sounds like they should. I was surprised that they didn't, considering how the next boss, Volcanox, is an Underworld-themed boss, but whatever. Took care of all that. We got a massive pile of this, thanks to all my farming and the fact that being up there, I could actually shoot through walls thanks to all these new weapons. I got 1,300 of these ores, which, by the way, a full stack sells for almost 10 platinum, which is another great source of platinum. And the reason why all of these magic weapons are upgraded to mythical, because I just have more platinum than I knew what to do with. I spent absolutely all of it upgrading all this stuff, I should say, which is no surprise. It should come as no surprise anyway. But that's what Stellarite does. It allows me to craft this weapon called the Stellarium Scepter. Deals a good amount of damage, does not use a whole lot of mana, pretty fast, but it's kind of underwhelming. This is all that it does. For some reason, when I shoot it at just the right angle, up here, it sort of ricochets off the wall, but it doesn't do that normally, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that's on purpose, but there's that. It splits off into 2 bolts whenever it flies out there. Pretty nice. The next weapon, and also something I find much more interesting, is Demise, which comes from Mortimite Dust. This stuff is dropped from these new enemies here, the Giant Tick, Mortem Walker, and the Skycrawler. All new enemies that spawn at nighttime, in the sky and on the surface, I believe. And I got the Demise. which is like, what's it called? The Sky Shard, or the Sky Fracture? This thing is essentially a Sky Fracture on steroids. And let me show you. So, with the Meteoric Pendant, the use time of all magic weapons is increased by 20%, and being that it's mythical, it increases the speed even further. So I gotta tell you, this thing is a machine gun. Let me show you. You can hardly really see it, but I think you get the point there. It's kind of a, you can see why I call it an upgrade to the Sky Fracture. They do not home in on enemies, but if they do get hit by them, I think that's probably going to hurt a little bit. The next thing that I want to talk about are these neutron fragments and all of the things that I did with them, and I'm sure I'm probably going to skip over all of this stuff, I have no doubt in my mind. But I did craft myself a good handful of new things out of these. I got myself the Eowite's set, as well as Eowite's Wrath, which is actually kind of interesting. It shoots out these little beams that penetrate through pretty much everything, and they sort of concentrate wherever your cursor is. So if you want it up here, it'll be up there. Down here, it'll be down there. Put it in the middle, it'll be right there. And you can switch. And originally, I thought the secondary fire, I was sitting here going, well, this is a strange attack. I was literally standing there like this, wondering if those did damage. But actually, all it does is it just changes the mode of firing. So we got these right here, which just hit targets and they don't fly through them. And then this infinitely penetrates, which is pretty fantastic, I gotta say. Don't think I'm actually gonna use it, though. But the one thing that I am definitely going to be using is the Eowite set. Now, this is something that gives me an enormous amount of damage reduction. So this is crafted out of neutron fragments, luminite, silk, and amethyst. All three of the pieces are, just at varying amounts. And this set, it increases my magic damage pretty much across the board, and it reduces the damage that I take. And I think with this on, as well as an endurance potion and an iron skin, which I put on just to test it, reduces the amount of damage that I take from things like paladins even down to like 50-some damage. This is definitely going to be very useful, and it increases the amount of damage that my magic weapons deal even further than the Nebula set does. So I think I'm going to be sticking with this one, as much as I like the Nebula set. Next up on the list is Pyroplasm, which is useful for a wide variety of things, and I use it to craft a good handful of stuff, in conjunction with the cracked infinity crystals, which I do have now, which I use to craft all of these stones, with the exception of the Death Stone, because I do not have the Void Essences yet. But I do believe that's the next thing on the list. With those cracked infinity crystals as well as Pyroplasm, I was able to make the Nightfall, which is a pretty interesting weapon. Now, at face value, it does not really seem like the most useful of weapons, because you cast it out there and it shoots out in a variety of different directions. But those things do all home in on enemies, so you just put them right here like this, and all those bolts will home in on enemies whenever they come nearby, which is enormously valuable, and a reason why I'm definitely going to be moving on with this thing. Next up on the list, I have something a little bit interesting that I actually have to show you. I have concentrated pyroplasm, which is made out of pyroplasm and luminite ore, as well as putrid ore, which, if you remember, was created from throwing iron ore and sun fragments from the golem into a putrefier. And I get the Blightfire from the combination of these two, but in order to do that, I need to throw it into lava. And where is the greatest, most abundant source of lava, you might ask? Well, it is down in the Underworld, and I will not be traveling down through my elevator to get down there. I'm going to be using my recently constructed portal room, or teleporter room, which a little bit late to the party, but I think it looks pretty cool. You know, I got all these teleporters here set up to my various arenas, as well as baby Martians in virtual spacecrafts down here powering the whole thing. It doesn't actually do that, but it kind of sort of looks like it does, and I think that's a very interesting story. All teleporters are powered by microscopic or baby Martian life forms. That's what they get for invading my planet. So moving right on along, let's teleport down to the Underworld, pop out here real quick, and I will show you what this stuff does when you combine it into the lava together. So we'll throw in our pyroplasm. I said we'll throw in our pyroplasm. Excuse me. Do you mind? I'm trying to make a demonstration here. Do not summon the wall of flesh, please. Okay, throw in our putrid ore, throw in our concentrated pyroplasm, and watch what it does. That is pretty cool, I think. I think that is real cool. So now we have Blightfire, and Blightfire really was not all that useful for very much. I did make the Blightfire pickaxe and Blightfire hamaxe just to have an upgrade for my tools, and I crafted this new weapon called the Blight Lobber, which has two modes of fire. The first one are these little rings right here, which I think whenever they hit a target, they ricochet into the next one. They do last for a while. I sort of kind of was getting Razor Blade Typhoon vibes from this thing, but I wasn't sure exactly. And the secondary fire is this penetrating boomerang type thing, sort of. It bounces back when it hits enemies, but it does go through walls, which is pretty effective. I can now kill bunnies from the comfort of my own home. It also lights them on fire, so that's kind of helpful. Now, moving on from that, I got myself a new item which I have not used yet, the Lunar Star. It is simply crafted out of 5 mana crystals, 25 stardust, and 40 luminite bars, which are actually pretty easy to come by, being that killing the Moon Lord with all these things is a breeze, and also it spawns underground now after his defeat. So, let's use it and increase my mana by 100. Fighters of the Calamity need not apply. Oh yes. I got some new mana stars. Very nice. Also, with Illuminite, I upgraded my Lament to the Lament 3, using my Lament 2, as well as 5 of each of the fragments and 18 Luminite. This thing is also a machine gun, and I don't even really know what's happening whenever I do that. It looks like it shoots out bolts. Some of them explode, some of them are waves. It just kind of unleashes a whole bunch of pain and suffering. That's pretty much what it does, and you can't really go wrong there. And one weapon I almost completely forgot about was the Deimos. It is made out of a meteor staff, the Luminite bars, and 25 pyroplasm. This thing is basically a meteor staff on steroids. Also another machine gun magic weapon. Thank you, Meteor Pendant. My god, that thing is the best thing on planet Earth, I swear. So out of all these weapons, I think these ones, the Lament 3, the Demise, the Nightfall, and the Lunar Flare are the ones that I'm going to be moving on with to the next stage of this adventure. Throw all of this crafting stuff back in here, as we no longer need it. And after that nice and long 15-minute introduction about all this stuff that I did, which, like I said, was very overwhelming with all this new stuff, after that business, it's time to move on to the next stage of our journey, the Dawn of the Void. And to summon it, we need to use a Dark Pearl, which I have right here. It is crafted from 15 pyroplasm and 4 Luminite bars. I have to use it at nighttime before 10 p.m. The item can be used during the day, but the event won't start until nighttime, where it will start instantly. I guess that's a good way to make sure that it starts at the exact time you want so you get the most out of it. So that's going to be what we do right now. No more talking, no more rambling, no more mumbo-jumbo, none of that business. Just going to be moving right on along with the Dawn of the Void event, which I'm very excited for. I should be getting a whole bunch of new stuff from that to overwhelm myself even further. So let's head up here and turn it to nightfall. Hopefully this goes well. I imagine it's going to be quite painful, being that it is a post-Moonlord event, but we're going to give it a shot. I have quite an infinite supply of power. Let's just see how this goes. Bring forth nighttime and summon the Dawn of the Void. You feel a wave of cold rush over you. The music hasn't changed. The Dawn of the Void has started. Okay, the music has changed now. We got some new things here. Reaver Slime, Void Knight, Void Elemental. Let us unleash the power against them. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Annihilate. Oh god, they're shooting fireballs at me. What is that? There's something up there. Is that the slimes? Oh god. Ouch. Oh! Laughs echo throughout the world. Wait a minute. Is it over? Does it end when I die? Are you serious? It's kind of disappointing. I got a couple of things from that, though. Let's just collect it and see what I can make with this stuff. I got a good handful of some things. I got the Void Essence, finally, which I can use to upgrade my boots, make a new armor set. The Steampunker is dead, delightful, make some new weapons. Very, very interesting. We got a Void Stone, which is used to craft an empty vessel to increase my life by 10, as well as making a Void Lantern to increase the brightness during the Dawn of the Void. And I can make a Void Brick. Very cool, I guess. So I suppose I gotta be careful with that now. I thought that it was just like any other random event, and that it wouldn't be a problem if I died, but apparently it is. My god, they hit hard. Well, I might need to go a-farmin' for some more Luminite. I got 2 more. Okay, let's just try this again, see how much I can kill. Try to be a little safe here. Okay, so let's try to be careful. Let's just cast all this stuff out and run away. In fact, that might be the best way to deal with it. Just stay as far away from these people as possible. That's not as far away as possible. God. Ah, what are those things? I just need to collect enough to make the good stuff. Void Knight. Ah, what are those? Whatever they are, they're awful. Ah, what are you? What is that, Dimensional Hive? Don't touch the Void monsters. Ah, I just need to last. Okay, I just need to last a little bit. I need to kill enough of these things to get enough of these things. Whatever the stuff is. I need to kill enough stuff to get enough stuff. Very simple process here. Okay, so far this weapon is working out pretty well for me. I am also lagging a lot. Wow. Well, that's a very interesting attack. Few enemies do have a power like that. It seems like there's no way to auto-farm this either. Looks like I gotta do this the long and painful way. Ah, don't touch that. God. Great. I don't think my computer likes this event very much. Oh god, I'm burning alive. Ah, don't touch me. It looks like there was also like a mini-boss or something that might show up somewhere during this. Ah, god, don't touch it. Just don't touch him. Ow. God, does it really need to hit for that hard? I need to avoid long enough to heal. No pun intended. Oh god, what is that? Darkness seeps through your veins. Excuse me? I don't know what's happening right now. Void Golem, I can't fly? I don't know what's happening right now. There's a bunch of void crawlers down there. Void crawlers, void golems. Am I safe? Ethereal hunter. Oh god. I feel like I'm very much so unsafe. I feel like I should have potions ready for something. At least I'm somewhat safe up here. I don't want to speak too soon, though. These guys are not dying. I think we need to unload a little bit more firepower on these guys. Okay, so they're all kind of chilling down there, so thank God for the UFO. How about we add a little bit of penetration here? There we go. These guys are not dying in the slightest. How about a lunar flare? You like that? No, you don't like that. What is that? Shade worm. And there go my NPCs. Okay, so there's a boss down there. It looks like... Oh, God, it's reflecting projectiles at me. Where did it go? Did it despawn? Maybe because I flew up too high in the air and didn't like my cheese. I really feel like I'm making zero progress here because this is a little bit ridiculous. Oh, it's back. There it is. Shade worm is back. Can I kill it? Is it going to let me kill it? Or is it going to reflect on my projectiles? I don't want to get too low because I feel like that is just a big pile of death right there. Well, I'm making some progress here. It hasn't hit me yet, so I don't want to jinx it because I feel like that's a one-shot waiting to happen. There we go. I think it's getting pretty low. A little bit longer. I just can't really see it right now. I gotta kill it. Where did it go? Oh, there it is up here now. Oh, there's another one. Did I actually kill it? I did. So whatever it was, I killed it. Thank God for the UFO. I mean, really. This is the best thing ever, because I feel like if I couldn't fly away from these things, I would be a dead man. Ow. Okay, so I see why we don't want to get hit by that thing. I was right. It's a one-shot waiting to happen. The void retreats back into shadows. It appears as though I have defeated it. Whatever it was that I did. I'm not sure exactly what that was, but I did do something. So I suppose the only thing left to do now is to collect the spoils. Also, I'm pretty sure I did kill a handful of shade worms, so that's pretty good. Oh my god, we got the gem of the universe. Oh, that is fantastic. That is the missing piece for that ultimate accessory. I think I can make it now. Okay, let's collect all this stuff, and then we're going to take a look at everything that I can make and move on. Okay, I think I got everything that dropped. I can finally take a look at all this stuff now. So I know that I can make the nanocore out of the gem of the universe. I have all the rest of this stuff. And when I make that, I think, yes, as long as I have enough pyroplasm and enough luminite bars, which I think I'm going to have to go farming for the bars, I can make the elemental arcanum, which will dramatically multiply the amount of damage that I am able to do. And I have some void jelly. It looks like congealed blood. 15% increased damage for 16 seconds. That's not bad. I wonder what the cooldown is. Probably like a potion. And then we have the void essences, which are useful for crafting the Insignia of Emptiness to summon the Dawn of the Void Part 2, which I guess that's the second half of it, because it says to use after midnight, and that looks like that's when the second half showed up. We have the Embryo of Existence, which I think summons the Void Leviathan. We got the Chaosportic Heart, to permanently increase max life by 10 even further, but I think, yes, I need Chaotron Alloy, which is something I can't get till later. Void Fruit. The Demon Heart allows you to resist more of the conflicting energy and accessories. The Strange Fruit embraces it. Allows you to survive wearing a 7th accessory. Now, that's interesting. Where do I get a Demon Heart from? With what do I use to craft this thing? I got a Void Compressor to change the appearance of my Void Hearts. Interesting. And I got a whole bunch of new weapons. Where's the magic stuff? There's the Tome of Infinity. The Void hungers for life. It pulls in anything it touches. So I need a Spell Tome and 10 Void Essences. There's the new boots, the Boots of the Void. I need the Ninja Gear, which I do have. Any Lunar Wings, which I should be able to make. The Aquatic Waders, which I have on right now. 8 Luminite Bars, and some Void Essences. And also there's a new set. Gloom Handler set. Immune to Cursed Inferno, Fire, Chilled, Curse debuffs, +2 to max minions and reduction in damage. Increased melee speed, greater speed when at low health. And increased damage and increased life and max mana. So it looks like it gives me a big pile of defense, but I think I like this set more because it probably gives me more magic damage in total. Plus, you know, I'd have to go do that event again to get more Void Essences, which looks like it'll take a while. There's the Idol of Darkness. 25 increased damage, and life regen increased by 4. Seems pretty powerful. There's the Somber Bulwark. Grants immunity to knockback, and the more defense you have, the more health and damage you deal. There's an Abyss Cultist Staff. Blade of the Depths, Essence of the Elements I'm able to craft now, as well as a Death Stone, so I should be able to complete my Infinity Gauntlet now. And Essence of the Elements makes more boots, and more accessories, and more of everything that I can't make yet because I don't have Voidite bars. Okay, well, whatever. That's okay. Once again, like I said, also very overwhelming, all that stuff at the same time. So it looks like I need to do that event again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft the new accessories, fight the event one more time. Hopefully I don't die. I'm probably going to have to go farming for some more Luminite as well. So I probably might just kill the Moonlord for that. It's probably faster. Oh, I completely forgot the shaded scale as well. Oh, I can make a Crimson Shade, a new magic weapon. Interesting. Okay, let's throw all this stuff in there. Craft all the good stuff, and then fight that event again. Okay, so Santa Claus has officially, completely and totally annihilated the Void. My god, is this new stuff powerful. Okay, so I killed a good handful of Moonlords, and I did the Dawn of the Void event about 3 times. I died on the 3rd time, so I guess it's sort of like 2.5 times. But I got plenty of Void Essences and all the other good stuff that I would need. And I think I crafted everything, I'm pretty sure. I got all the good stuff. I upgraded, finally, I got the Elemental Arcanum, and this thing is just one of the most insane accessories ever. Damage increased by 35%, critical strike chance increased by 10%, max mana increased by 150, life regen increased, 30% increased mining speed, reduces damage taken by 5%, and has all the effects from the elemental artifacts. So I'm assuming it gives me all of these various buffs, and my god, it is just power overwhelming. Look, they're just dying. They're coming near me and they die. Look, they even got repelled. Pow! Even though I'm pretty sure the repulsion was from the other thing that we're going to be talking about here in a second. I crafted myself the Boots of the Void, greater mobility on ice, insane speed, all that good stuff, a chance to dodge attacks, and this is very much so noticeably very fast. I mean, the amount of speed that I have when I'm flying, when I'm falling, dashing, I mean, this is just an incredible pair of boots. And thanks to freeing up my accessory slots, I now put on the Nebula Emblem for 22% increased magic damage, and the Idol of Darkness, another 25% increased damage and life regen increased by 4, which is just made out of Void Essences and Luminite bars. So my god, Santa Claus is pretty powerful. But that's not all. I did craft the Gloom Handler set. I'm not going to be using it. Unfortunately, switching them changed the appearance of these stars, which is kind of too bad, I guess. I'm not sure if I'd have to craft the thing again to get the appearance back, but whatever. I think I still kept the mana. This actually gives me a great deal more defense, and a pretty decent collection of buffs, which it looks like it's a hybrid set, but the main set bonus is all projectiles have a chance of healing you slightly, which might not be the worst thing to equip, because my god, I have nothing but projectiles. Kind of how I am right now. That's the kind of mood I'm in. Just take a step in a direction and I just explode power. So then I've made the Mythical Tome of the Void. I upgraded it to Mythical. The Void hungers for life. It pulls in anything it touches. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this debuff is. I need something that has a little bit more durability than a squirrel to show you. But it does have a debuff. That died too fast as well. Okay, maybe the target dummy might be the way to go. Okay, as you can see, there is a little bit of a debuff. I don't know, I guess it's like wiggling hands or something like that. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but it looks like a pretty hefty debuff. This thing sort of works like that Shadow Flame, whatever it's called. I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is. I just know that there is something from the Goblin Invasion that gives me a weapon that does something similar. But there you go, it does this, it goes through walls, it drains mana relatively slowly. I don't know if there's a notable difference from the Meteoric Pendant being equipped or not, but it's not bad. But I'm going to be sticking with the other stuff, just because. But oh boy, the Piece de Resistance, the main event, the main attraction of all of my hard work culminating in an artifact of infinite power. The Infinity Gauntlet. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are Thanos. And I love that it is such an immense gauntlet. And I know it's weapon out, but whatever. I love that it is such an immense gauntlet that I can't even wear it. I'm just holding it in my hands and pointing it at things, and stuff's happening. So, to give you an accurate representation of this weapon's power, we're gonna go flying on up here to my arena in the sky, because what better enemy to test out the powers of the Infinity Gauntlet on than the Harpies, and all the other things that spawn up here. I can show you all the new stuff. We'll set our spawn point. Now let's go through the different things. So, you can swap through all the different elements. We're gonna start with Desert. Let's spice some things up a bit. Well, you were very bouncy. We're gonna throw down all of these spawn rate increasing things. We've got our Water Candle, we've got our Havoc Banner, we've got the Chaos Banner, we've got the Calamity Banner, maybe if this banner would go away. We've got the Calamity Banner, look, the enemies are already coming, my god, this is about to get a little crazy. Vulgar Bard, And of course, we're going to throw on a Chaos, a Havoc, and a Battle Potion. And things are a little crazy. But of course, I have nothing to worry about because I'm perfectly fine inside of this nice safety box. Look at that, by the way. The enemies being repelled by me. I think that's hilarious. How occasionally it just blows a wave of energy that knocks things away. Okay. So first off, we got Desert. This is what Desert does. Actually, no, we're set at the fire. This is Desert. Rains down these things from the sky. Oh yes, just clear the whole area out here. Let's just clear a nice path. Ain't that beautiful? 3,250 harpies have been defeated by me. That's delightful. Next up, we have fire. You kind of saw a little bit. It doesn't travel through these walls so much, but what it does is it shoots out these fireballs. When it makes contact with an enemy, it shoots out these little tendrils, very similar to that tome I had there. Next, we have sky. This is simply a teleport. Sort of works a little bit like the hero mod, whatever that one ability is. The ability to teleport using your minimap pretty much works like that. Frost gives me a shield that deals damage to enemies and blasts them away. Lasts for a few seconds. Also, there are cooldowns for the portals and all the other abilities that this thing has. Then we have water. Turns all projectiles to bubbles, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Cooldown for that as well. And then we have void. Just Thanos snap them right out of existence. Gotta love it. So there we go. Yes, things are just kind of approaching me now. They're sort of dying, whatever. But that's pretty much it. Pretty nice. I'm kind of dying as well. Let's switch to daytime, so those things don't fly in here and ruin my fun. But yeah, there you go. That is the Infinity Gauntlet, and it is probably by far one of the most ridiculous things ever. It has the effect of all the Infinity Stones as well, so I guess whenever you're wielding it, it gives you all of these powers as well. I'm not sure exactly, but pretty nice. A phenomenal weapon that I think might not be like the most practical thing, because it does use a great deal of mana, and it's not like, it doesn't have the best projectiles, it doesn't deal the most damage out of all my equipment, but it is an insane weapon nonetheless. It's absolutely nuts and ridiculous, and I can't get over how ridiculous it is. It is so much fun to use. So on that alone, that merit, you know, that requires at least a usage every now and again. Basically, in summary, Volcanox, you better get scared, because I'm coming for you. So let's just poof on up out of here, head back through the teleporter network, and go on back. I think I picked up all this stuff. I'm pretty sure I got everything. Oh, look, the bunnies are everywhere. Delightful. Where are they? Oh, God, I have the battle potions and everything on. Get away. Don't touch my nurse. Don't you touch my nurse! Ugh. There we go. Let's clear out the rabble. The filth. Good. Got a little defensive of you there, Helen. I can't have you dying on me. I'm your boy. I got you. Turn your head and cough. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. So, with all of that farming done, even though the video is probably going to end up being pretty long, I think I want to move on to try to take down Volcanox. I already have the charred core, so I should be able to run down there and summon him. It is consumable, but I think we're good, because I have enough neutron fragments and a pile of pyroplasm. There's a little tongue twister for you. A pile of pyroplasm. See? I did it to myself. And we have the Luminite. So I should be able to go down there and take a nice chunk out of his health. I don't know what to expect from this guy. I don't know anything about him. I've never seen him before in my life. But I know what we're going to do. We're going to obliterate him. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to grab all of my buff potions, and we're going to head down there, and we're going to inflict some moderate discomfort on whatever Volcanox is. I imagine that with potions, these weapons are going to be even more insane. Oh, I'm really excited. I really don't know how to put it into words. I am very excited about this. I feel like I am just becoming an unstoppable force of raw magic power, and I think that is just the best thing ever. And I hope that all of you in your life become a fountain of volatile magic fury as you grow up. That should be your primary goal in life. Well, see you later, guys. Santa Claus is going to murder the Lord of the Underworld. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we've got our arena set up already. I don't think I should need to expand it any further. This worked out really well for Infernance, so hopefully things go pretty well down here as well. Alright, well, I guess I've got my weapons ready. Let's make sure I have my Infinity Gauntlet set to the best. I think I'm going to keep it set to Frost so I can have that shield ready whenever the time comes. My sanity is good to go. My potions are ready to go as well. I've got a pile of mana potions. So, let's call him forth. See how this goes. Here he comes. Oh, God. Oh, okay, he's playing Terra. Hello. Hello, Plantera. Let's throw up the shield. Let's use this thing. God, don't get caught in there. Ouch. God. Okay, so we're going to work here. Yeah, he's kind of melting, but he hits extremely hard. So if he's Plantera, does that mean he's going to explode into little mint? Yes, he is. Okay, he's going to explode. Let's get moving. Oh, man, he killed me so hard I lagged. Okay, so he hits extremely hard, and he moves extremely fast. And Firefly. Okay, you just going to sit there? Alrighty then. Whoops, I forgot I set my spawn here. Okay, well, now I at least know what he is, what he looks like. I guess since I have a hell bridge down there, I'll probably just use that to run along. It stretches pretty far, so I should be good to go. I'll probably start at the end of it. Seems like the best choice. And just run down there and see how it goes. I need to make another one of those fiery cores, though. Please tell me I have the ability to do it. Okay, we're good. I can only make a few of these, so, you know, think about dying. Let's go give it another try. Oh, I think we finally got him. Infernus has made his return. Oh god, and there he goes. Volcanox has been defeated. Oh boy, that was actually a pretty intense boss fight. Not like extremely hard or anything, but that was pretty intense. My problem was not the lack of damage, because this Nightfall really goes to work. This thing... Excuse me? Was that a giant toad? Are there now toads in hell? Totally sidetracked by the spontaneous appearance of amphibians, but yeah, that was a pretty intense boss fight. I kind of started killing him really fast, and he just started moving faster as well, and he started hitting harder, and I practically almost no-hit that fight, because if you fly in circles around him really fast, it's the downside of Plantera-themed bosses, is as long as you give him a wide enough area to have to grapple onto to move, he doesn't really move very quickly, which made it really easy to dodge him, and especially deal with those little extra grabbies in the second bit. They actually counted as minor enemies, so I think the Elemental Arcanum, or maybe it was the Infinity Gauntlet, I don't know, I have so many buffs on me at the same time, I don't really know what's happening. Infinity Gauntlet or the Arcanum was pushing them back, so they really couldn't touch me anyway. And also Infernus showed up again, the Soul of Infernus, so I guess they're connected in some way. Interesting. But with all that aside, let's take a look inside this treasure bag, see what we got here. We've got the expert item, which is, let me just teleport out of here real quick, get out of this business. We have the Charred Insignia is the expert item. Ignites nearby enemies, 10% increased damage, 6% increased crit, and armor penetration increased by 20. And I might actually swap one of these out for that, potentially. I do like my big 25% increased damage, though, I gotta say, pretty nice. We got the Combustia, it's a melee weapon, shoots out some waves, not bad. Kind of hoping for the magic weapon, but whatever. We can go back and fight him again anytime. Now, what say you, storyteller? The town is full of hallucinations and fatigue, and the void glows with a sinister power. The void Leviathan has returned from its slumber. He is after your soul, so he can reach his full potential once again. Take him down by summoning him with the embryo of existence. Okay, will do. Saw anything special now that I've killed him? Nope, same old, same old. We also got the volcanic stone, 15 of them. The rocks seem to constantly shatter into flames. What do? You make the prism polish to allow the flask prism to be charged faster. I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that the next boss is a worm boss. Also, there is the mech set, which looks like a range set, and the Crow's set, a donator item. The ultimate sorcerer armor. I think I saw this before. Yeah, I need a pile of this volcanic stone, whole bunch of pyroplasm, and the nebula set. Pretty nice. I can make the fire flutter, contains an endless amount of lava. Finally, the lava equivalent of the endless water bucket, or whatever that thing is called that nobody ever bothers to get. Oh, and I need it, the bottomless water bucket. I needed to make this. Well, I guess I'll never have that then. And the lava leecher, capable of soaking up an endless amount of lava, made out of the super absorbent sponge. Delightful. So we can dump all this back in the old inventory, get rid of all these potions, and I think with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna call it an episode here, because this episode has definitely been going on for long enough. Made some serious progress today. Santa Claus definitely kicked some serious butt. And not only did I spread around Christmas cheer, as you can see, totally unbiased, but I also defeated the Dawn of the Void and all the scary monsters there, and took down Volcanox, the Lord of the Underworld, or I guess the god, the elemental of the Underworld. And we're finally on the home stretch. I want to say, we only have 3 bosses left, plus the Radiant Rain event. So I don't know how many more episodes this Let's Play is going to have. Probably at least 2. because I imagine I probably will not be doing the Void Leviathan, Azana, and the Radiant Rain all in one. That would leave no time for the Ancients, which I hear is a pretty interesting fight. So like I said, I think I'm going to call it an episode here, guys. Enough progress has been made, and I hope you guys are all having a wonderful holiday season. Whatever the different holidays may be, Hanukkah, Christmas, Yule, for those of you Vikings out there. Hope you're all having a great time. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking me out. I really appreciate it. And as always, whatever it is, wherever you are, day or night, I hope you have a good one of those. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.